I remember sitting in the hallway outside my college advisor's office, the rejection letter still warm in my pocket. I'd failed the midterms that were supposed to save my GPA. Everything blurred except the sound of my heartbeat and the silent shame pressing against my chest. I was just another statistic now, another student overcoming academic setbacks, or at least trying to. The truth? I'd built my entire identity around being the smart one. Straight A's were my safety net. But that semester, something broke. Exam pressure became unbearable. I stopped sleeping. I started skipping class, not out of laziness, but because the fear of failure made me freeze. And then it happened, academic failure. I tanked not one, but three core subjects. For weeks, I isolated myself. I felt like I'd lost all value. My self-worth was buried under red marks and unanswered emails. I avoided calls from home. "What happened to you?" rang louder in my head than anything else. But amidst the fog, I stumbled into the campus library one night, not to study, but just to sit. It was silent, empty, safe. And that's where the shift began. I pulled a dusty book off a forgotten shelf about resilience and neuroplasticity. Not a course requirement, just curiosity. It said failure wasn't a verdict. It was a signal, a sign that your method, not your mind, needed changing. That hit me like thunder. I wasn't broken. I was stuck. And I could get unstuck. I started small. Not with textbooks, but with habits. I swapped my all-nighters for a sleep schedule. I journaled every morning to track my shame, then replace it with truth. I met with a learning coach, owned up to my struggles, and mapped a GPA recovery plan. I wasn't chasing perfection anymore. I was rebuilding my foundation. The breakthrough came quietly. A return paper, a B+ in the corner. But that grade didn't matter as much as how I got it, with clarity, calm, and commitment. That win wasn't about academic success. It was a symbol of transformation. I was rising, not just as a student, but as a person. And in that rising, I found something deeper than achievement. I found identity beyond numbers. I stopped tying my worth to my report card. My setbacks weren't punishments, they were passageways. School burnout had taught me to listen to myself, to change how I learn, to honor the struggle. If you're standing where I stood, in silence, shame, or fear, please hear this. You are not your failure. Students overcoming academic setbacks aren't weak, they're warriors. You are worthy of a second chance. And sometimes what looks like the end of a chapter is the beginning of your breakthrough. Take a breath, sit in your silence, then rise, slowly, steadily, fiercely. Your story is not over. In fact, it's just getting started.